One of the best parts about internet drama is something new is always going on. That's one reason why it's so entertaining, is so much people keep up on what's happening on the internet. Even though for some reason people don't like to say they like internet drama, I am going to be completely honest, and I think it is completely amazing, and that is one reason why I like to talk about it so much. But one thing that I ended up realizing, since I've been looking at internet drama for such a long time, is that in every single big community online, some people will just get mad at the same things over and over again. You just know it's going to happen eventually. And in the whole content creator space, there is two topics that always find a way to come back and start an extremely big controversy. Those are being, one, is reaction content bad? Now, although this hasn't happened yet this year, I already know that it is. I'm so confident that I'm going to bet a whole fingernail clip that later down the line, there's going to be another extremely big online debate about reaction content. Is it bad, and how to react to content properly. I know it is going to happen, and when it does, I'm definitely going to talk about it. And two, another topic that always comes back is content creation a hard career? Now, with both of those things, I think one of them is actually an extremely deep conversation, which is reaction content. That is something that you can always go back and forth on, and it's something that a lot of people are passionate in, so it is going to be really hard to find an agreement. But the second one is just completely obvious, and the answer to the question is very easy to see. And it's not really that deep, and that is content creation hard? And the answer to that question is no. Content creation is way more easier than just a normal job. That is something that I think a lot of people can agree with. But not everyone, because not so long ago, a popular Twitch streamer named Hassan is currently getting cooked on Twitter. And I mean, he is getting made fun of really badly right now, because this clip ended up going trended.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
Yeah, so after people ended up hearing that, I mean, you can probably wonder why a lot of people are extremely angry at him. This man is basically just sitting down and saying that being a Twitch streamer is way more harder than working an actual job. And when this came out, thousands of people started talking about this conversation. And Hassan is one of those content creators where every time when he gets into some drama, there's only really two sides with him. He's kind of someone like Dream, where I have never heard someone said like, oh, what do you think about Hassan? Oh, he's just okay. No, you're either one, a number one Hassan hater, like you absolutely hate this guy, and every time when he says something you get extremely angry, or two, you ride this guy so extremely hard, his meat is so deep inside of your mouth, it's basically touching your esophagus. It's actually tickling your stomach a little bit. So because of that, there's a big argument. Okay, you have some people saying that this clip is extremely dumb, which it is, and then you have a lot of Hassan fans trying to defend him, which will still make absolutely no sense to me. This is just one of those situations where I feel like so much people are defending him because it's Hassan, and he is an extremely popular content creator who has just a super parasocially attached audience, because this clip just makes absolutely no sense. Obviously, working a real job is way more harder than being a content creator for multiple reasons. One, as a content creator, you are probably your own boss, and you're also making money doing something that you enjoy. If you are a content creator and you are in a privileged enough position to make that your job, because something that I feel like a lot of people don't realize, even other content creators, is that there are a lot of people on platforms like YouTube and Twitch who are successful, but they don't make enough money to make this their full-time job. They still have to go outside and work a normal job that they most likely probably don't like, and content creation have to be a side hustle for them. You are extremely privileged if you can make your full-time job being a content creator and you're able to pay your bills, feed your family, have a house, eat food every single day. That is something that a lot of people will just absolutely want to get. It is a extremely good and lucky position to be in. And yes, it does have its own challenges, but let's be honest, the majority of content content creators are probably just sitting down and doing what I'm doing right now, sitting on a gamer chair, yapping to a microphone, talking to a camera, and the hardest thing that they probably have to do is like edit their videos, especially if you're doing a long-term edited. And if you're big enough, you probably can just hire an editor to do that work too. So mainly all you have to do is just yap and record gameplay. And yeah, although doing anything for 9 hours could be incredibly draining, like sometimes when I'm working on a video and I spend a lot of hours editing it, yeah, I feel extremely tired, but you'll never hear me saying that doing that is way more easier than going outside and working a real job. Especially if you're like a retail worker, people who just get absolutely tormented every single day. I mean, we see the public freakouts. We all go outside. We see the stuff that retail workers and those people need to work with. A manual labor job where you're actually out there tormenting and destroying your body just so you can make enough money to live. And also a lot of people are forced to work jobs that they don't enjoy because you kind of have to pay for food and water. Unfortunately, we can't photosynthesize like Superman yet. Hopefully the hot fix drops eventually. Working a real job is way more harder than being a content creator. I don't understand why this is an extremely deep argument, because it is not. And for some weird reason, a lot of Hassan fans who are trying to defend him are using some examples like, oh, there are some content creators out there who are working harder than like the average person, which yeah, that's probably true. Maybe a content creator like Mr. Beast. But let's be honest, are the majority of content creators making content that high quality? The answer to that question is no. Okay, most of them are probably just sitting inside of their house editing a video, which is way more better than going outside and working in the real world. So I don't understand why this is such a deep argument that people just keep on bringing back up. Even though this is something that I kind of already said in the video, I feel like I should say it again. When I'm talking about people doing content creation as a job, I mean people who are able to do that as their full-time job, because I feel like a lot of people don't know that a lot of content creators aren't able to do that. If you're watching a content creator who's on the smaller side, they probably also have a job, other responsibilities that they have to deal with on top of trying to make their own content. And I think that's something that a lot of people could agree that could be an extremely hard thing to do. But if you are a content creator like Hassan, who is big enough to make this their full-time job, I'm pretty sure your life is way more easier than 95% of other people out there. So I don't know why there's a lot of people trying to defend him as saying, no, he has a point. His life is way more harder than everyone else. I remember like 2 years ago, this same conversation everyone was talking about, because there's some TikToker making some like extremely dumb video saying the same thing, like being a Twitch streamer is way more harder than working 9 to 5, but he was getting absolutely cooked. Everyone was calling him stupid, rightfully so. But I guess because Hassan is saying it, actually it's a way more deeper conversation than we all think, and we really need to look in between the lines. Anyway, Hassan ended up using the average excuse that every content creator use, saying that this clip was actually taken out of content, and he showed the full content of the clip, which actually makes it worse. Like, it does not make the situation better at all. It makes it sound even more goofier. Then, I think when he ended up realizing that, he ended up making this tweet right here, saying that he actually doesn't believe that being a content creator is harder than working a real job. Now, do you believe him? I mean, that's up to you to come up with your own opinion. I'm not your mom. I mean, in my opinion, I think a lot of extremely big content creators are really out of touch. It's just that most of them are good at hiding it. Hassan just isn't. And he just obviously shows everyone that he is out of touch. And the only people who don't realize that are his fans who just meat ride him to the ending of time. But yeah, a lot of extremely big content creators are out of touch. Anyway, that's it. My name is Lua. This is just something that I want to talk about. You have a good day or night. See ya.